easier to say. But how could we really make a better place for everyone? What inhibits our society from being ideal? Drug abuse. It is the common culprit behind all sorts of crimes, ranging from the typical to the most unimaginable felony. The reason behind broken homes and neglected children, extreme poverty, accidents, and self-destruction. It has been fought many times, ever since people started to notice what its effects are. But unfortunately, it still exists today in our society. Drugs have been known in use for different purposes for countless of centuries ago. The history of its usage was traced back since 450 BC, when the father of history, Herodotus, has recorded the use of drugs by the tribesmen living near Mongolia. And he stated there that these tribesmen threw hemp seeds into a hot stove, and the smoke makes them drunk, just like alcohol does. See, it is even a hit to the tribesmen. I know that every one of us is aware of the fact that drugs are mainly used for medical purposes. But as the years passed by, people started to abuse it, making a bunch of rotten tomatoes in a basket full of good ones. That is why the bad connotations about drugs are what people usually remember whenever they hear about it. Try asking someone about what comes through their minds whenever they hear the word drugs, and I assure you that most of them will mention barbiturates, marijuana, cocaine, heroin, amphetamines, and the like. Alcohol and cigarettes are considered as drugs too. So if we take our community for a deeper examination, therefore we can say that almost half, or may I say half, of our population are using drugs. Shocking, isn't it? Smokers constitute a large number when we speak of drug abusers. Smoking is considered as a sort of trend these days, so people doesn't seem to care about it. And this issue is really alarming as more and more people are becoming tempted to try smoking. Cigarette smoking is dangerous to your health. If you could notice packs of cigarettes and cigarette advertisements, how this warning imprinted on them. Ironic? Maybe. But people doesn't seem to care or even bother in reading these signs or even try to find out why it is dangerous for our health. Don't you know that you have a higher risk of having cancer, lung dysfunction, heart diseases, or even dying at an early age if you are an active smoker? And do you also know that those who are passive smokers, meaning those people who by chance inhale the smoke, are also in danger of having those health risks? So you would just be destroying yourself, but also the lives of other innocent people. Problems about drugs are widespread. The youths who are supposed to live as healthy, as efficient as they can, are becoming hostages to the uncertain future. Their curious minds try to search for answers on why the adults, the people they look up to, are abusing drugs. And sometimes, their way of answering their questions is through actualization, which makes them victims of their own curiosity. Reality really bites, isn't it? What happened to those adults who were supposed to be the epitome, the paragon, the role models, and the paradigm of good deeds? They are the ones who are acting as foolish as a child, but they want to escape their problems without facing it, or have pleasure in their own expense. Some might be actually using drugs, but are also involved in the production and the illegal distribution of it. Even some politicians are supporting these drug abusers because they are right to do so. It's not just my opinion. It is an exposed fact governments, schools, organizations, and homes are teaching us about these issues and formulate ways on how we can solve it. But I still believe that everything, all of it, should start in our homes. Because what we are now speaks of where we came from. And besides, why would you want to abuse drugs and be punished or even be rude to them? Drug abuse can do no good to anyone. Am I right? Life is a matter of choice. You can choose to be a rotten tomato or a green fruit. You can choose to live a long, healthy, and enjoyable life without abusing drugs. Or you can choose to be a victim of its temporary pleasure. Let this be a good start in our campaign towards our goal. I still believe that one day I will wake up and I will see everyone